let's take a look at another FortNite Friday figure. We have the FortNite Skull Trooper inverted. Victory runs bone deep. There is nothing you can ever say will not convince me that this is not Johnny from Cobra Kai, except the colors are backwards on this particular figure. We also have in this collection Singularity, Tempest, Tomato Head, and Yonder, which is a few that I've already gotten. Tempest, either I don't have her, it doesn't look like that. Singularity, I don't remember looking like that if I have her. So I definitely would love to have at least a handful of the regular colored of this particular figure and a Karate Kid figure in the same scale, because it definitely looks like Johnny and his gang, except the colors are backwards on this particular one because they decided to do white with black instead of black with white. So the articulation for these are off the wall amazing for a 4-inch figure, which is of course the best scale. I'm going to aim this down only because the backlighting is a bit bright now that the sun's starting to come out, and it makes it very difficult to focus on this with a bright light. He can look up, so he should have saw that Daniel LaRusso was putting the thing over him, but he wasn't paying attention whenever that little shower head came over the top. He was looking down. Was he on his cell phone? No, because this was the 80s. He was looking down because he was rolling a joint. Drugs don't pay. All right, he can also do the Linda Blair thing, turn his head around 360 degrees. His arms also can go around 360 degrees, which is very painful if you try it yourself. Don't try that. His arms, they don't seem to go down all the way, but they will go up quite a bit. So I would say from where it started to where it is, about 90 degrees. The elbows, they go around 90 or 360 degrees. From resting point straight to full bend is a 90 degree. His hands, it looks like both of them hinge inward, so you can side to side, but not paint the fence. Well, I guess if you hold his hand like this, you can paint the up and down, and side to side, which he's not getting the training that he should have, or else he'd have been a different person. Of course, the hands also rotate around 360 degrees. He's got a great ball joint up here. It's a little loose on mine, but it's okay. He's also got extra articulation there, which sometimes is useful, sometimes not so much, because let's be honest, the top joint usually handles most of that. It just depends on what's going to be on the thing. I know they pretty much make these all the same as far as articulation, and then when they layer them up, it takes away some of the articulation. Like his belt could have been a hindrance, but it's not. They're a little pouch on his belt, so evidently Rob Liefeld got a hold of this one. All right, for the legs, he can sit on his butt. He does have a little bit of men spreading to go on, and he can put his knees down more than 90 degrees, which is fantastic. He also has a thigh swivel. And let's look at the ankles, because he can tiptoe if he's trying to be sneaky to get into, I don't know why you want to go anywhere. He's normally not a sneaky person. Daniel LaRusso's the sneakier one. And a lot of people think Daniel's the bad guy. Well, you can probably look at it like that. All right, his ankles can do a really good range. Plus they have the rocker on them. So he can stand up almost unaided. He's also got holes on his feet in case you do need to put him on a stand, because these, even though they have all that great articulation, sometimes they need a little help, especially the ones that are more top heavy. Like if I put the weapon in his hands, it may have a hard time standing. Let's take a look at this. Now, the only thing that make this thing even better is if it glowed in the dark. I think they made one of those at Walgreens one time, but it was only in that gross 6-inch scale, so it wasn't the perfect scale. All right, for this scythe that he carries, it's got black paint on it, and it's white. It's all black and white. And Michael Jackson says it doesn't matter if you're black or white, and evidently he took it a little bit too literally. All right, getting it into his hand is not really an issue. The hands are pliable. Getting it into two hands at one time, I usually have an issue with it, but it can do it. It's just that I end up playing whack-a-mole while I'm trying to get one hand on, the other one pops off of it. Because the thumbs, you gotta, I don't want the thumbs to be mashed down at all. So, okay, there he is with both hands on the scythe, like he is going to get down to some heavy scything. That's a pretty good little pose right there. He's like, I'm coming for you. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I would definitely check out your Toys R Us. I picked up mine at Toys R Us for $2.99. If they had more of these, I would have picked up more of them. Even if I got the same figure several times, I love these figures so much, and you can do some popping and swapping between heads. If you wanted to pop his head off, I'm not going to do it right here because, man, I'm just hurting. It's part of getting old. Maybe it's part of the onset of arthritis. But if I wanted to pop his head, I'd probably heat it up first. But you can do some pops and swaps if you really wanted to. I don't see anything else going on for his particular head. But like I say, oh, I hate that tomato head. This is so stupid. Do you like his outfit? Then pop his head and put another head on there. Sometimes they come with more than one head, so you may have extra heads laying around that will fit. Remember, the ball joint may be too big or too small for Star Wars figures to put on these. I think I tried that one time, and the Star Wars figure was too small of a hole for their 3 3/4 inch figures. So let me know if this is one you picked up, and do you think this is Johnny from the very first Karate Kid movie? Of course, he wore the inverted colors of this.